Hello, everybody. This is The Poison Tree by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Chapter 20. Good News. It's midday. Srish Babu is at office. The people in his house are all taking the noon siesta after their meal. The boy Takana is locked. A mongrel terrier is sleeping on the doormat outside, his head between his paws. A couple of servants are seizing the opportunity to chat together in whispers. Kamal Mani is sitting in her sleeping chamber at her ease, needle in hand, sewing at some canvas work, her hair all loose. No one about but Satish Babu, indulging in many noises. Satish Babu at first tried to snatch away his mother's wool, but finding it securely guarded, he gave his mind to sucking the head of a clay tiger. In the distance, a cat with outstretched paws sits watching them both. Her disposition was grave, her face indicated much wisdom and a heart void of fickleness. She's thinking. The condition of human creatures is frightful. Their minds are ever given to sewing canvas, playing with dolls, or some such silly employment. Their thoughts are not turned to good works, nor to providing suitable food for cats. What will become of them hereafter? Elsewhere, a lizard on the wall with upraised face is watching a fly. No doubt he's pondering the evil disposition of flies. A butterfly is flying about. In the spot where Satish Babu sits eating sweets, the flies collect in swarms. The ants also do their share towards removing the sweet food. In a few moments the lizard, not being able to catch the fly, moves elsewhere. The cat also, seeing no means by which she could improve the disposition of mankind, heaving a sigh, slowly departs. The butterfly wings its way out of the room. Kamal Mani, tired of her work, puts it down and turns to talk with Satish Babu. "Oh, Satu Babu, can you tell me why men go to office?" "Slily Billy," the child's only answer. "Satu Babu," said his mother, "mind you never go to office." "Hama," said Satu. "What do you mean by Hama?" "You must not go to office to do Hama. Do not go at all. If you do, the beau will sit crying at home before the day is half done." Satish Babu understood the word beau, because Kamal Mani kept him in order by saying that the beau would come and beat him. So he said, "Beau will beat." "Remember that, then. If you go to office, the beau will beat you." How long this sort of conversation would have continued does not appear, for at that moment a maidservant entered, rubbing her sleepy eyes, and gave a letter to Kamal Mani. Kamal saw it was from Surjamukhi. She read it twice through, then sat silent and dejected. This was the letter. "Dearest, since you returned to Calcutta, you have forgotten me, else why have I had only one letter from you? Do you not know that I always long for news of you? You ask for news of Kunda. You will be delighted to hear that she is found. Besides that, I have another piece of good news for you. My husband is about to be married to Kunda. I have arranged this marriage. Widow marriage is allowed in the Shastras, so what fault can be found with it? The wedding will take place in a couple of days, but you will not be able to attend, otherwise I would have invited you. Come, if you can, in time for the ceremony of Pool Saja. I have a great desire to see you." Kamal could not understand the meaning of this letter. She proceeded to take counsel with Satish Babu, who sat in front of her nibbling at the corners of a book. Kamal read the letter to him and said, "Now, Satish Babu, tell me the meaning of this." Satish understood the joke. He stood up ready to cover his mother with kisses. Then for some moments Kamal forgot Surjamukhi, but presently she returned to the letter. "This work is beyond Satish Babu. It needs the help of my minister. Will he never come in? Come, baby, we are very angry." In due time, Srish Chandra returned from office and changed his dress. Kamal Mani attended to his wants and then threw herself on the couch in a fume, the baby by her side. Srish Chandra, seeing the state of things, smiled and seated himself with his hookah on a distant couch. Invoking the hookah as a witness, he said, "O hookah, thou hast cool water in thy belly, but a fire in thy head, and be thou a witness. Let her who is angry with me talk to me, else I will sit smoking for hours." At this, Kamal Mani sat up, and in gentle anger, turning to him her blue lotus eyes, said, "It's no use speaking to me while you smoke. You will not attend." Then she rose from the couch and took away the hookah. Kamal Mani's fit of sulking thus broken through, she gave Surjamukhi's letter to be read by way of explanation, saying, "Tell me the meaning of this, or I shall cut your pay. Rather, give me next month's pay in advance, then I will explain." Kamal Mani brought her mouth close to that of Srish Chandra, who took the coin he wished. After reading the letter, he said, "This is a joke. What is, your words or the letter?" "The letter. I shall discharge you today. Have you not a spark of understanding? Is this a matter a woman could jest about? It's impossible it could be meant in earnest. I fear it's true." "Nonsense, how can it be true? I fear my brother's forcing on this marriage." Srish Chandra mused a while, then said, "I cannot understand this at all. What do you say? Shall I write to Nagendra?" Kamal Mani assented. Shrish made a grimace, but he wrote the letter. Nagendra's reply was as follows: "Do not despise me, brother. Yet what is the use of such a petition? The despicable must be despised. I must effect this marriage. Should all the world abandon me, I must do it. Otherwise I shall go mad. I'm not far short of it now. After this there seems nothing more to be said. You will perceive it's useless to try to turn me from it, but if you have anything to say, I'm ready to argue with you. If anyone says that widow marriage is contrary to religion, I will give him Vidyasagar's essay to read. When so learned a teacher affirms that widow marriage is approved by Shastras, who can contradict? And if you say that though allowed by the Shastras, it is not countenanced by society, then I carry out this marriage, I shall be excluded from society. The answer is, who in Gavanpur can exclude me from society, in a place where I constitute society? Who is there to banish me? Nevertheless, for your sakes, I will effect the marriage secretly. No one shall know anything about it. You will not make the foregoing objections. You will say a double marriage is contrary to morals." "Brother, how do you know that it is opposed to morality? You have learned this from the English. It was not held so in India formerly. Are the English infallible? They have taken this idea from the law of Moses. But we do not hold Moses' law to be the word of God. Therefore, why should we say for a man to marry 2 wives is immoral? You will say, if a man may marry 2 wives, why should not a woman have 2 husbands? The answer is, if a woman had 2 husbands, certain evils would follow which would not result from a man's having 2 wives. If a woman has 2 husbands, the children have no protector. Should there be uncertainty about the father, society would be much disordered, but no such uncertainty arises when a man has 2 wives. Many other such objections might be pointed out. Whatever is injurious to the many is contrary to morals. If you think a man's having 2 wives opposed to morality, point out in what way it is injurious to the majority. You will instance to me discord in the family. I will give you a reason. I'm childless. If I die, my family name will become extinct. If I marry, I may expect children. Is this unreasonable? The final objection, Surjamukhi. Why do I distress a loving wife with a rival? The answer is, Surjamukhi is not troubled by this marriage. She herself suggested it. She prepared me for it. She is zealous for it. What objection then remains, and why should I be blamed? Kamal Mani, having read the letter, said, "In what respect he is to blame God knows, but what delusions he cherishes. I think men understand nothing. Be that as it may, arrange your affairs, husband. We must go to Gavanpur." "But," replied Srish, "can you stop the marriage? If not, I will die at my brother's feet." "Nay, you can't do that, but we may bring the new wife away. Let's try." Then both prepared for the journey to Gavanpur. Early the next day they started by boat and arrived there in due time. Before entering the house, they met the woman's servants and some neighbors who had come to bring Kamal Mani from the Ghat. Both she and her husband were extremely anxious to know if the marriage had taken place, but neither could put a single question. How could they speak to strangers of such shameful subject? Hurriedly, Kamal Mani entered the women's apartments. She even forgot Satish Babu, who remained lingering behind. Indistinctly and dreading the answer, she asked the servants, "Where is Surjamukhi?" She feared lest they should say the marriage was accomplished or that Surjamuki was dead. The women replied that the mistress was in her bedroom. Kamal Mani darted thither. For a minute or two she searched hither and thither, finding no one, and at last she saw a woman sitting near a window, her head bowed down. Kamal Mani could not see her face, but she knew it was Surjamuki, who, now hearing footsteps, arose and came forward. Not even yet could Kamal ask if the marriage had taken place. Surjamuki had lost flesh. Her figure, formerly straight as a pine, had become bent like a bow. Her laughing eyes were sunk. Her lily face had lost its roundness. Kamal Mani comprehended that the marriage was accomplished. She inquired, "When was it?" Surjamuki answered, "Yesterday." Then the two sat down together, neither speaking. Surjamuki hid her face in the other's lap and wept. Kamal Mani's tears fell on Surjamuki's unbound hair. What was Nagendra thinking at that time as he sat in the Boitakana? His thoughts said, "Kunda Nandini, Kunda is mine, Kunda's my wife, Kunda, she is mine." Srish Chandra sat down beside him, but Nagendra could say little. He could think only, "Surjamuki herself hastened to give Kunda to me in marriage. Who then can object to my enjoying this happiness?"